Yes, we shall be starting in the next 5 minutes, and kindly introduce yourself and tell us from where you are tuning in from, and we'll really appreciate. So use the chat box to introduce your name, and also we'll also be able to use chat box for pushing on the questions that we'd want to ask. For the meantime, my name is Javan Sonyango, and I'm live from Africa 118. So the session will begin at, let's wait for around 10 people, and then we'll be able to resume the session. Yes, so keep it here for the meantime. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Let's wait for at least another other 6 people to join, and we shall resume from there. For the meantime, you can introduce yourselves as we wait for the rest of the team. So my name is Javans Nyango. As we wait, you can introduce yourself to the team on the chat box, please. The session of today is connect customers with business online, and more specifically, want to look at the Google Ads. Well, we are starting our session. We are waiting for 4 more people to join, and we shall resume as others come one by one. So just stick around. Once we are around 10, then we kickstart the session. So as we wait, you can actually be able to introduce yourself on the chat box, and we'll definitely appreciate. Introduce your name and tell us from where you are tuning. I think we can let's start so that those people who come will be able to find us on the way. So today we wanted to discuss about connecting customers online with Google Ads. That is the topic for today. So welcome everyone who has come, and I would also encourage you to introduce yourself on the chat box, and we'll also be able to appreciate. And from this, I know you'll be able to learn a lot today. So today you want to learn about Google Ads, and the first topic would be connecting customers with your business online. So by the end of the sessions, so today these are some of the agendas that you have. One, introduction to online marketing. Two, get set up with Google Ads, and three, set up smart campaign, and that is what you want to do. So we are going to understand what Google Ad is and how it helps connect with customers with your business online. And number two, how to set advertising goals. Number three, how to create a smart campaign. Number four, understanding how to track and measure your campaign performance. So those are some of the things that you want to discuss. Measuring performance. So as we move on, um, we want to start with introduction to online advertising. So before I proceed on, I have my moderator. My moderator is Gabriel. Gabriel will be able to help us, and he'll also be able to help share the important links that we might be able to we might need in order to be able to read further. So the links will be posted on the chat box, and I urge you people to to delve into the chat box and just give a thumbs up. As well, I'd like you to introduce your name and tell us from where you are tuning. So let's continue. So online advertising has been around for a long time, and business, large, small, use ads to appear on search results pages, on web pages, with the videos in apps. So needless to say, to get results, you need to be found online where potential customers can see you, particularly when they are looking for information about the products and services you offer. The customers, how customers are connecting online. So we are told this is just a small snippet on what is to come. So as of December 2019, that is 525 million internet users were recorded in Africa, and 74% of the web traffic was generated via smartphone, and only 24% via PC devices. So out of those users, 208 searched for business products and services shopping online. So what does this statistics tell us? So the statistics tells us that the mobile telephony has really penetrated the African market. And because they are not just mobile telephony, they are smartphones. So smartphones that are connected to the internet. So that has actually enabled most people to be able to engage online or be able to do business online just because of the infrastructure of mobile telephony. So there are resources that I'm going to share with you, and you can be able to delve deep down at a different time and just be able to read about this. So I'm sharing this in the chat box, and you can also be able to click on it later on and read about this. So here we go. Nora tuned in from Nakuru, Kenya. Thanks you very much, Nora. Yes. So I have also sent a link on the chat box, and you can be able to check out that. Mary from Nairobi, Mary Wanjiru. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for tuning in. Thank you very much, Mary, for tuning in. So as we continue, just a minute. So as we continue, so how are you currently connecting with customers online? How are you currently connecting with customers online? Other people are using conventional ways of connecting with customers. Other people are using the digital marketing ways of connecting someone. So I would like to know, like Mary Wanjiru, Nora Kilelo, or Nzirungi Moise, how do you currently connect with customers online? I would want you people to be able to participate and talk out. It is through learning that we get to know more. So I'd like someone to say or to tell the audience how they are now connecting with customers. How do you connect with customers online presently? That is the most important question. So, yes, how do you connect with customers presently? So, so there are different ways of connecting with customers presently. There are different ways of connecting with customers presently. And the point being that today's consumers are deeply connected to the web, and it is not a simple linear connection. It is not something that is very simple. It is something that is intertwined. So the network is intertwined, and people can actually begin making sales from different points. So, as mentioned in today's consumer, as mentioned today, the consumer is deeply connected to the internet. It is also not a simple linear connection, like I said. There are many reasons why people go online and many ways to find access to information online, and many devices like phones, smart speakers, tablets, laptops, and computers. And this results in a complex consumer journey. And here is an example of a journey. So imagine you are turning on your laptop and you realize that the screen is not switching on. Your first reaction might be, I can fix this. I can fix this almost immediately. So Phone in hand, you open the Google search and start searching for how to fix it. You end up an appliance store, or later on you get defeated, or you own up and you go to a repair shop that probably is charging a lot of money, and you won't want to be a great you won't want to be that person who spends money on things that probably might not have budgeted for. So if you found a promising insight about laptop repairs in Google search results, you might be able to visit that web page to read more about it and start fixing your own laptop. But as I go through this article, I realize that I don't actually know what some of the technical terms mentioned in the article mean. So you go to the YouTube and find a video on how to repair a computer system. Maybe if I can see a picture of what these things look like, I have a better understanding on how to fix it. So after all, an image or video can be worth 1,000 words. So what this is telling us is sometimes you might be able to find a problem, or you want to fix some particular item. So the mobile telephone that you have, the smartphone, always comes in handy because you can actually be able to Google a process or Google a way in which something can get fixed by you being taught that virtually, and that would be able to help a great deal. So, as I review the information I find online, I learn more than I ever intended to about repairing laptop screens. So, I realized that I don't have the tools required or the expertise. The idea of fixing a screen sounds like an interesting challenge and more of a daunting task. So it is time for a second plan. I go to search, I look for a local repair service and click the phone number associated with the online information. So I book an appointment, and an hour later, I have a confirmation to take my laptop in the store. And then now let's take a moment to think about what you have done online this week. Did you search for it? Did you visit a website? Did you read a blog, watch a video, read reviews? Chances are that some of you or many of you spend time online researching and making comparisons to help you make more informed consumer decisions. So in today's customers consult multiple sources to find the information they need, routinely leveraging on multiple sources that help them make better decisions. So that is the business of today, making better decisions in regards to the data that you find. So to continue, for businesses, this is news. It's great news and a challenge too. Today's consumer are deeply connected to the web, but it's not a simple linear connection. There are many reasons people go online. Many would find access to information online, and many devices like phones, smart speakers, tablets, laptop, computers. All this results in a complex consumer journey. So here is an example of a consumer journey. And have you started? So here is a typical example of a consumer journey. One, if you are like me, or let's be real, an imaginary handier version of me, your first reaction might be, I can fix this. Like most people would be able to say they can fix something when actually they cannot be able to fix it. But then for them to be able to know how best to fix it, they can be able to go online and do research on how best that can happen. And therefore, that is why we are discussing the consumer journey today. So the consumer journey is not as simple as it may seem. That is what we are told. But it might take a process. Sometimes you can feel like giving up. Sometimes Google is there for you, Google Console, the search engine that many people now are using. Like if you want to know something, you simply go to Google and write your problem, and Google will be able to take you through. So if it is a video tutorial, then you'll have benefited or know what exactly you can be able to do. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the complex systems that normally consumers go in order to obtain a particular item they could be interested in. And this is not something that is new. It has always been there. It's only that people might not have taken it seriously. So as I review the information I find online, I learn more than I ever wanted to know about probably the TV repair, the fridge repair, and maybe any other gas cooker repair. So I realized that I don't own the tools required for the job. This project feels less like an interesting challenge than a daunting task. So it's time for me to have a plan B, and the plan B would be to go and look for someone who can be able to fix it on Google search. If I find it hard to do what to be able to fix it, so I start researching, buying new items. I could buy a new one, but it will take at least 24 hours to get it delivered to my my food supply store. So time for me to plan C. So search for and find a highly related local handyman. Click the phone number associated with it on online information. You can be able to chat with him, talk to him, email him, etc. So, and 2 hours later, he's at my house fixing the appliance at a relatively cheaper price than if I would have literally be walking and trying to look for people who would be able to buy from him. So, everyone, let's take a minute to think about what you did online this week. Maybe this is very early in the very late in the afternoon. So, did you search? Did you visit a website? Did you read a blog? Watch a video? Read customer review? Chances are that some of you or many of you spend time online researching and making comparisons to help you make informed consumer choices, which is fine. Everybody else does that every other day. But the bottom line is today's online consumers consult multiple sources to find the information they need, routinely leveraging multiple sources to help them make better decisions, and they are more informed than ever. So, in essence, such kind of people normally look for the information, and with that information they digest it, and once they have digested the information they can be able to use the decision to make a key business point or take a turn for the better in regards to business success. So so there's what we call the just a minute. Yeah, so search is common thread. This is how a search is made. The search is made from point A, point B, point C, point D, E, F, G, H. Sometimes it doesn't go this way. Sometimes it is very flexible. Sometimes it will only take I would say two boxes or three boxes, and then the transaction is ended. Transactions normally should end when now the money has been paid and the receipt issued. That is when we say the transaction has ended. But in between, there is negotiations. There's a lot of things that takes place that the consumer might not be on the know, but then the buyer could, at one point or the other, be interested and knowing what else to do. So the problem was at the start, why is my laptop screen black? That was the problem. And when did that happen? At around 7:40 in the morning. So how to fix this laptop begins. That is a problem. That was the problem. How then do I fix this laptop screen? And that happened at 7:14. So fix the laptop screen video. So then when I find a problem and I feel I cannot be able to engage with the problem, I will go to a Google Search Console and try to search fix black laptop screen video. So with that tutorial, I can be able to, once I've gone through the tutorial and when I understood it, I can actually be able to go back and try to do as they did, just to be able to fix the laptop screen. So what do I mean? I mean we can actually be able to learn using those video tutorials. So one thing I can also be able to consider is the cost implication. Cost to fix a laptop screen. When did I think about that? I thought about around 9 in the morning. So how do I know if I need to replace my screen or I need to buy a new one? So one, it will all depend on what we call the damages cost, and it will all depend on a lot of things. So compare laptop prices and laptop repairs. Those are some of the things that we don't need to forget at any given moment in time. So one common thread you may have noticed in the consumer journey on every device is a search. So it's where many consumer journeys starts online. So Google Search provides an opportunity to meet customers when they are actively looking. So as a business owner, and therefore typically website owners as well, you need to make sure that your site is a viable destination for every relevant search. So by viable, we mean useful. For example, if a user search query is why is my laptop Why is my laptop screen black? Your website could appear in the search results if you have that answer on an average on a web page. And if you sell replacement units or other repair services, even and if you sell replacement units or offer repair services, it could even be better. So think about your potential customers and what their journey may look like over the time. So does your website help them? If not, consider a content strategy that will fill content gaps or makes your site more compelling and most useful. The more relevant your website is to the research queries, the more opportunities you have to appear in the search result. So this is why, again, it is very much important that if a website is sent to you so that you provide information about the website, it is good you provide that information. Why? Because it is the information that would be looked for by potential clients. So if you don't provide photos, if you don't give contact details, how then will your website appear? If someone is interested in buying something from you or engaging with you in one way or the other, how then will they know that this is the right channel to use to be able to reach you? So it is something that you should always be able to work on and see whether it is something that can be able to give a result. Yes. So the more relevant website, like I said, and that is very much important. Yes. So let's continue. So before we go ahead, I'd like to answer the following. So why advertise on Google search? Why advertise on Google search? Why advertise on Google search? Who can answer that question? Why advertise on Google search? Why do we advertise on Google search? Can someone try this? Why do we need to advertise on Google Ads on the chat box? Who knows? Why do we need to advertise on Google search? Why do we need to advertise on Google search? Any other person who can try? Yes, so managing your business is already a full-time job, but advertising your business online doesn't have to be. So Google Ads present an effective solution that is easy to manage so that you can get back to focusing on the daily runnings of your business. That you should be able to know. Google Ads present an effective solution that is easy to manage so that you can get back to focusing on the daily running or routine of your business. So the search is a strong indicator of intent. Search indicator of intent. A strong indicator of intent. So when you want to find out more about something, what do you do? When you are looking for something, what do you do? And if you want to visit a website more often than not, what do you do? In fact, nowadays, we don't just search. We don't just search. Nowadays, we don't just search. What happens is people tend to search. People tend to search in a very strategic manner. So let's do this. So a typical example is this. Let's look at an example. There's a jeans by the name. We have different types of jeans. We have Lee jeans, and we have Shepo jeans, and we have other brand names for jeans wear. But in this case, there's a jean that was bought by someone, the Duchess of Success, that is Meghan Markle, when she visited South Africa and purchased a pair of that jeans. And the jeans had a brand name of Shepo. So afterwards, after when she bought when she bought the jeans, afterwards other people were also looking for that particular item that she did buy. Why was that happening? This homegrown Demin brand is making waves both locally and internationally. So people thought now if the Duchess of Success, Meghan Markle, can be able to come to South Africa and buy these jeans, then it means this jean is durable, this jeans is trendy, this jeans is nice. And for me, what do I have? I will also be able to go back and buy that particular jean. So it is just some kind of an influence. So and many more, and more recently, the brand was featured by an American Vogue magazine and was dubbed South Africa's coolest denim line. South Africa, coolest denim line. That is the shape. Why did it feature in American Vogue? Simple, because Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Success, bought it and came to South Africa and bought it. It's like when she did come, she approved of it, and people just saw that is the only good genes, that is the only genes with the durability, and therefore I as a person would also want to associate with that genes. So why would I not buy it? If she buys it, then so that is one way of influencing opinions among the masses. So it was just as simple as that, and that is what happened. So as we continue, worldwide searches for Shepo genes. This happened after the Shepo genes was bought. You can be able to see the graph. So the graph is a fluctuating graph. At some point, it goes exponentially and falls. And you can be able to see when, by the time that Meghan Markle bought the jeans, the sales went high. The sales actually skyrocketed, unlike other days. So afterwards, it went down. So it's an exponential kind of a graph going down. And during that time, it went higher. Afterwards, it went flat, it went down, and now it keeps on fluctuating, fluctuating, fluctuating. And again, when Vogue featured the jeans, the sales again rose, but not as higher as when Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Success, did buy it in South Africa. So you can also be able to understand how these things work. And that is the most important thing about Google Ads. That's why we tell you, like, we run for you Google Ads. That's why we encourage you to run Google Ads. Some of you, we have run for them Google Ads, and they have really appreciated the ads that we run for them. Why? Because they receive a lot of calls from potential clients, and when you do, you can actually be able to make sales. Yes. Sales is when now we do the final conversion. So that is very much important to us and to your business as a person. So what does this translate into Google searches? So the graph displayed is taken from Google Trends and shows the associated spikes seen when Meghan Markle bought a pair of jeans and when Vogue featured the brand. You see, as a human being, we are inquisitive by nature. And who is Shepo Jeans? That is what everybody would want to know. Why? Because they want to know who is the owner of that store, what is the story behind the brand, how do I buy a pair? They are all examples of things that people would want to search for, sorts and lots of things. So, importantly, for Shepherd Jeans, this search behavior provides an opportunity to convert intent and interest into business. You get converting intent, the intention, that is what I call intent, converting the intention and then the interest into business. Now, when the Duchess of Success actually comes from London, goes to South Africa and buys the jeans, afterwards the sales skyrocketed. Why? Because it's like everybody wants to associate with that jeans because they tend to think it is the better one, which may not be true. So at that time, like I said earlier, the sales skyrocketed, and that is like the human behavior. Why? Because they wanted to know what particular jeans is that. Is it a South African brand? If it is a South African brand, and then someone from UK has come and has bought it, it means it is in the best quality so far. So let's all buy it and promote our, let's say, our country. And that is what happened when that happened. Afterwards, it was again featured in London Vogue magazine. It's American magazine, the Vogue magazine. The jeans was featured, and they were saying it is the best denim of the time in South Africa. So at that time, again, people also bought it a little bit, but not as when Meghan Markle did buy it. So here is how Shepherd converts intent into business. So we say the clicks. So Shepherd wants to ensure that for every relevant search, they provide an opportunity for people to click through to see site and make an online purchase, or to book a day to do what we call a fitting or a bespoke. So the highlighted ad is what will show you how to set up today. So what I mean is this: at this time, what we are going to do is this. Advantages of online advertising. This is the advantage of online advertising. Advantage of online advertising. In online advertising, we can either use social media, we can use Google Ads, and we can also use different modes like email marketing, etc. So advantages of online advertising: one, it track and measure performance. You can actually be able to track and measure performance. So its value can be tracked and measured. Again, you control your budget, and you can also be able to set the goals, your budget, and manage how you spend. It's like now you have a budget, and with a budget, you can easily be able to control. And again, you can also be able to edit, pause, or cancel at any time when you feel like. If something doesn't seem to go well, then you are at liberty to be able to pause the ad, make the right corrections, and then resume the ad. If there are keywords that were used and you never like them, ama they don't seem to work, or negative keywords, then you are at liberty to be able to pause the ad, and after which you should be able to resume after the rectification is done. Even the ones that we do, if our client feels like you are running for me an ad, but then there are things that I really need to add to it, then we pause the ad, add those relevant keywords, and resume the ad. Another thing that happens is that we can always adapt to your strategy. Adapting to your strategy, how you'd want it to happen. Try new strategies guided by data from Google Ads and analytics. Yes. So most business decisions are also based on data and analytics from whatever they get from analytics from Google, etc. So online advertising is a deal for business, large and small, in no small part because it can be held accountable. It's value to your business and can be tracked and measured. So online advertising doesn't need much of a sales pitch because the proof is in the result, it's in the campaign, and it's not effective, then you don't need to sugarcoat it. If it is not working for you, say it. Say this is not working for me because it's something that is practical. Don't sugarcoat it. If you don't seem to get what you want, you should always be able to say. And that is why we also say you really need to adopt a strategy that actually works for you. So another big advantage with online advertising is that you control the budget. You decide how much you are willing to spend on your ad campaign, and you can edit, pause, and cancel at any time. So at that moment in time, what I'm talking about is like with a budget, you can easily regulate. You say this budget will be able to run from this day to this day. So there's a specified period of time that has been actually put so that it does not go overboard. When that happens, you stop and evaluate. Or when it is depleted, you stop and evaluate whether it did work for your business or not. It's very important to get feedback because from the feedback and the analytics, the data that you get can also be able to help you as the business owner make a good business decision. You'll know this is the time for me to be able to do advertising, and this is not the right time for me to be able to do advertising. So you choose. When seasons come, then those are some of the opportunities that you should also be able to capitalize on. Either it's Christmas, either it is Easter, either it's some Muslim holiday, then you should always be ready to capitalize on the same. So here are some of the ways insights and data can be used. One, identify market trends. You'll also be able to use data to identify market trends. What is trending and how can I be part of it? Another one is to ascertain your user experience to better understand their path to purchase. The third one is identify what content users like and influence your content marketing plan. And the last one is to leverage insights to shape your overall strategy. Yes. So again, I'm going to share with you there's a link here, and you can also be able to check it out. And Gabriel, my moderator, will be able to share this with you, and you can always be able to check this out. Let's continue. So once again, if you have a question, the chat box is there for you. Just push the question. I'll be able to see it and react to it as we go on. Yes. Yes, Nora, welcome everyone to the session. So Christine, welcome. Mary Wambui, Wanjiro, welcome. Nora Kilelo, welcome. And yes, so Gabriel, please share with us the link that we are talking about, and people can be able to read further and be able to also take notes and learn a little bit more. So let's look at how ads work. How do ads work? How ads work? How do ads work? And which ads are these? We are talking specifically of Google ads or social media ads. So it starts with a question, the need or desire. Most people start searching online by tapping a search query into the Google Search Console. You get, if I want to buy a camera, then I go to Google Search Console and type camera sales or camera or how much does a camera cost. So I go to Google Console and write it there. So normally it starts with a query. And then what happens is that Google organic algorithms to work and create a search engine result. So there's an algorithm within the Google search engine that will actually be able to give me result and presenting websites and other resources that I can actually be able to go through and search for the right answers. So at that same time, but separately, the Google Ads algorithm runs an auction. Advertisers are bidding for opportunity to show their ads. So Google Ad will always try to show me those ads that have been the owners have bid like in a higher way, or most times the ads that have been well placed and those ads that are also linked to or integrated with social media websites or Google business profiles or websites that are well what we call optimized. So when they are well optimized, they will definitely be able to rank higher. So that is how my ad will be able to appear higher if it is well optimized. If it is not well optimized, then it will be relatively lower, and the person who is actually making that query might not be able to find your business or the answers that they are looking for. So eligible ads compete for spot on the search results page, and that is the reason why we do organic search, we do what we call organic ads, and we do what we call paid ads. Why? Because people are competing to advertise on that space. And therefore, the most ads that will appear the highest are the ones that are running paid ads or the ones that are well optimized. And below the organic result, the winners appear on the page. So clearly labeled with ad sticker. So searchers see the ads and hopefully take an action. For example, clicking to the website or initiating a phone call on a mobile device or calling the trackable number. So if there's a phone number, of course, and the advert is out there, then people will always be able to reach out to you by simply making a call. So you can also like the GBB, like websites which are well optimized and businesses with good GBB profiles would actually come in handy because they're also going to show us what we call location information that I can easily be able to find and reach out to and get that which I want. So that will be able to help a customer. So this illustration shows ads, how they may appear on Google search results page. At the top, you may see image with associated product information. They are called shopping ads. So next, you see a text ad. They can appear. You might not actually be able to see it very well, but from my side, I can be able to see it. But just be keen and try to see what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna listen to what I'm trying to say, and you'll be able to relate it with the picture that is on the display. So at the top, you may see the images associated with the product information. These are called shopping ads. And next, you see a text, and they can be above the organic results and below as well. So advertising do not pay to show ads on result page. Advertisers do not pay to show ads on the result page. They only pay if a searcher takes an action on the ad, and most precisely clicks on the ad. If they are just see the ad, like the impression, that's what we call impression, then they don't pay for it. So the more people click on your ad, the more you'll be able to be charged. So an ad's position on the page relative to other ads is determined by something called an ad rank or ranking ads. And they are ranked in that basis that I'd said earlier. So ad rank is calculated using the bid amount, the ad's quality, at auction time. This includes stuff like expected click-through rate, relevance, and landing page experience. So the ad rank threshold on the context of the search. For For example, the person's location, device time of the search terms, and other signals, as well as expected impact of extension and other what we call other ad formats. So it all depends on a number of things, including those keywords. So ad rank is calculated every time an eligible competes in this auction. So an ad position can fluctuate depending on the competition, the person's search, and its quality at that moment. So I said, in a nutshell, your ad will only be charged by Google if your ad has been clicked on. If it has been seen and no one has clicked on it, your budget will remain. So it is bidding. The higher it appears, the higher people, potential clients clicks on it, the more the money they'll be able to deduct. Yeah. So let me check. Who has a question? Who has a question? Welcome everyone to the session for clients to know who has a question. So please go to our chat box and just answer the question and just pose a question, and we'll be able to answer it appropriately. If you have a question, go to the chat box and we'll be able to answer it appropriately at this particular moment in time. So ads can appear on other Google sites, including Gmail and more than 2 million non-Google websites that are part of the display networks. So what we are saying is your ad is not limited to one space. It will appear in very many Google sites, including Gmail and more than 2 million non-Google websites. So websites that maybe are for blogging, etc. All those, your ad will definitely be able to appear in those. So the Google Display Network reaches 90% of the internet users worldwide. So across millions of websites, news pages, blogs, Google sites like Gmail, YouTube, etc. So that is how it goes. Why? Because it is something that is paid for. That is a paid ad. So the Google would be able to push it through those sites so that it gains traffic and people can be able to see it, impressions, and then when clicks are made, then of course someone will be able to at some point be able to make a conversion. So if they are delighted or they are happy with what they have seen, then definitely they'll be able to make a conversion. So the conversion is now the end time, the end when now a customer actually pays for the product, and that is when it stops. The ad continues, and that is how it goes all through. So Google Ads key features. So there are key features of a Google ad. Let me go back. Key features of a Google ad. We have pay for results, no startup fee, no cancellation fee, and no contract. That is the Google Ads key feature. You only pay for results, no startup fee, no cancellation fee, and no contract. Just as simple as that. And then a few things to know about Google Ads. Some of you out there have heard from the term what we call PPC or CPC. PPC or CPC. It means just that. So pay for a click uh, or desired action, not just to appear on the search results page. What I mean is that CPC is just PPC means pay per click. So CPC means uh, the display network offers bidding options like CPM. So CPM is what we call cost per thousand impressions, cost per 1,000 impressions. So CPV means cost per view, like in the YouTube for video ads specifically. So these are no fees. There are no fees actually to use Google Ads. There is no startup fee. Cancellation, you can do it at any time. Minimum commitment or contract is not there. You turn it on and off as you wish. So to get started, visit what we call ads.google.com, and you will need a Google account. So Gabriel will also be able to share with us the ads.google.com, and you'll be able to delve with that. So kindly please help us with that. Gabriel, please, that link is very much important for people who are actually looking into this. Yes, let's do. So question. Let me go back to the chat box and see if we have a question. Outreach tours and safaris. Christine from Carries Insurance Agency. Mary Wanjiro. Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? No questions still. So please kindly ask questions if you need questions that can be able to help. So let's do this. Let's go on. So preparing to set up Google Ads. How do you prepare to set up Google Ads? How do you prepare to set up Google Ads? So in this section, we will introduce campaign types and help you to choose a campaign based on business goals by focusing on your desired outcomes. The strategy will follow the Google Ads interface, and that will be able to help you. So prompting you to enter information and set up appropriate campaigns that can be able to drive business results. So what are your business goals? What are your business goals? I think a business, when it is starting, it has a goal. The goal sometimes might not be displayed on the door of a business, but it lies with the owner of the business. You understand? So, what are your business goals? So, my business goal first is to be, if I'm to give a typical example, my business goal would be maybe to make $1,800 in the next 2 months. That is a business goal, making $1,800 in the next 2 months. That is a business goal. My business goal would be to be able to reach very many potential clients in the next 3 months. So, how many clients? You state the exact amount of the client. It might not be exact, but it's a projection that also goes in line with the business goal. So, every other business must have a goal. It could be lying with the owner of the business, and it must not. Sometimes it is not even indicated on the wall of the premise of the business, but the owner of the business knows the goal of his business, and every other business should be like that. So the thing is, um, wait. Your advertising goals determine your campaign type. Your advertising goal, the goal, will be able to determine the type of campaigns you want. We have what we call the search campaign, we have display campaign, we have video campaign, and we have smart campaigns. Those are things you should be able to know. The search campaign is where we go to the Google Search Console and we type, and then the results come. The display is where we use like video or YouTube to be able to determine, to be able to show a product or a new product in the market. And we also have smart campaigns that will be able to use the other type of media, like for to creating brand awareness out there. So those are some of the small things that your business should be able to choose on. It is not every day that we are going to choose on search, display, video, and all that. No, we choose that which will be able to help us achieve our business goal. And that is why it is very much important you choose on one. If you choose on the search campaign, that is fine. You choose on the video at that particular time, you know what you want to achieve with that video. I think that is well understood. So you are not going to pick on all those the search, the display, the video, the smart campaigns at one go. No, pick on one, capitalize on that, and know what your goal is. So Elisa Famogechi says, I tried Google Ads, but I cannot complete yet because our website didn't. Doesn't meet the Google Ads policy advice. So Elise Famogechi, you kindly give me a call today, maybe or tomorrow, and I'll be able to help you out in that regard. Yeah, I think I know about your website. So just write for me the name of the website on the chat box, and I'll be able to follow up with that. And then I'll also be able to call you in that regard, and we see a way possible where we can be able to help. So let's continue. So Elisa Famogechi, just write the name and the name of your business, and we'll be able to follow up with that. And Jov, God, yes. So kindly do that, and we'll be able to help. So the first step is to clarify your goals. Like I said, what is your business goal? Ask yourself, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you promoting your online presence? What outcome do you want to see as a result of this campaign? You might say, I want to make more money. I want to sell more product, find new clients, grow the business, hire more people, get donations. These are all legitimate goals, but they lack specificity, or they lack precision, which I would say. They like precision. Precision would mean the specific item. So let's look at a way we can be able to make goals stronger. So, what makes a good goal? A good goal must we should have a strategy on how to make that good goal, and therefore that is why we use what we call SMART goals. So, SMART goal. So, SMART is an acronym, and the S of the SMART is specific, the M is measurable, the A is attainable, and the R is realistic or relevant, and the T is time bound or time sensitive. That is just as simple as that. Smart goals. That is why you are told have a smart goal. So S is the goal specific and detailed. How many laptops is more? What type of laptop do you need to promote? Ama, how many clothes do you need to promote? How many? It depends on what you sell. Yes. How many cups do I sell? How many clothes do I sell? How many pineapples do I want to sell? Number two, that is the measurable. Can you track and measure this goal? How will you know when you've accomplished it? Have you connected your Google Ads account to a tool like Google Analytics that can be able to collect this data? Is your e commerce platform connected? Another one, is this goal realistic? If you come to attainable, is this goal realistic? Something that if you tell another person, they can actually be able to relate. If you said 1 million laptops, or you say 1 million or 1 million pineapples, well, maybe, but rather than pulling a number out of a thin air, consider your past sales activity. You don't want to set goals that are impossible to reach, and you can always readjust later. So when you actually make goals, so you put goals, remember that there are things that you have done earlier on. So you should not be able to neglect them. You can actually be able to go back to what you did in the past and just check out whether it's relatable with whatever you want to achieve at this particular moment in time. So if it doesn't work, then you are at liberty. You are normally told you can abandon, change, or readjust. And the last bit is realistic. The second bit is realistic, relevant. Is it relevant or realistic? Your to your business. Will this goal help you reach your business goals? Does it drive the business results you want? And then the T, is it time bound? Do we have a specified period of time that we are going to say we are going to run this from this period? And when this period elapses, then I'm going to evaluate. If it is not there, then begin to think about that. So we are told we should have goals. And those goals, in a sense, the last bit, they should be smart goals. The S means specific goal, M means measurable goal, A means attainable goal, R means relevant or realistic goal, and then the T means a time bound goal, or that goal that has a specific period of time that we can also be able to evaluate. So, what are smart campaigns? So, smart campaigns are designed specifically for small businesses that want to promote product and services online. So, you can choose a goal, you can choose a goal. And what are some of those goals? One, someone would want more calls. Another person would want actions on your website, or traffic to our website, or store visits, and set up an advertising campaign in minutes. So these campaigns use smart technology to monitor and improve the performance of your ads continuously. So, on big advantage of smart campaign is that a lot of work in managing the campaign is automated. And for example, advertisers do not develop keyword lists for smart campaign. The equivalent called a search, what we call a search phrase. So there are things that are actually automatically generated. Advertisers can disable such phrases, but otherwise, this aspect of online and campaign is handled by the campaigner. So sometimes this one, most people have not used it before, but it's something that you can also be able to check out. So I'll be able to give notes on this, and you'll be able to check it out and learn more about this at a later time when you could be now free and wanting to just do what we call revising. So I don't know whether Eliza Farm is still here. He hasn't given me the the way forward. Eliza Farm. Yeah. So let me go on. Let me go on. So verify your business to use Google Ads. This is what Elizabeth Farm was talking about. Verifying your business to use Google Farm. So the first and most obvious step is creating a Google Ads account. Your search, that is Google Ads, and head over to the site. After you register your Google Ads account and created a profile, you'll need to verify your business. You can do this by getting in contact with Africa 118. That is our company. I think we'll be able to help in that regard. So, if you are selected to undergo advertiser's identity verification, you will receive an email and an in-account notification with instructions. Do not apply for identity verification for Google Ads account that have not been requested. You will need to complete a verification program if you promote products, goods, and services. Example, retail, media, entertainment, travel, someone has a B2B, technology, etc. Promote information, advisory, or educational content. Examples: content promoting educational resources, research, statistics, free health, or financial advice, charitable or social causes, etc. Promote content related to regulated industry, and example, gambling is not allowed. Financial product or services, healthcare product or service. I think those are some smaller ones that are actually there. So complete the verification program to one, promote product or Google product Google and services, and then promote information advisory or educational content. And the last one is promote content related to regulated industries. So any question, anyone with a question, you can actually be able to answer me, ask question, and I'll be able to answer. So the chat box is here, and you can be able to push questions. So with this, you can be able to help. So someone is asking a question: how to teach English and Kiswahili? Joining from Nairobi, Kenya. So I can't actually see your name, but your name has come with a. Your name is how to teach English and Swahili. So you are joining from Nairobi. That's fine. I think you should be able to give us the exact name. Your exact name. That would be able to help. So what is your name? Would you share? Would you tell us your name? So how to teach English and Swahili? Yes. So let's continue. Let's continue with this. If no question, then I'm continuing. If we don't have any other question, we are continuing. So setting up smart campaign. So once you've clicked, so state your main, like I said, state your main business goal. State your main business goal. Once you have clicked start now and create a new account, you'll find this page. Over here, it's really important to state what your business main advertising goal is. Of course, it depends on your business and you'd have different goals. If you are an online retailer or a lead gen business, you'd most likely click on option two, as shown in the example. So once you've clicked start now and create a new account, you'll find this page. Over here, it's really important to start what your business main advertising goal is. Of course, depending on your business, you'd have different goals. If you are an online retailer or a lead gen business, you'd most likely to click on option two as shown in this example. You might not actually be able to see this well, but this is how it goes. So it's just a step one, and state your main business goal when you want to set up a smart goal. One is state a business goal. Number two, Once you've started your business goal, you'll be asked to input your business name and business website. Second one is business name and a website. Next, enter the location where you'd like to showcase your ads. In this example, we've selected the whole of, let's say, the whole of South Africa or the whole of Kenya. But you can choose to set up a radius around your business too, if at all you don't want to pick out the whole of Kenya and then you want a specific place. And that is what now we call precision. So you say Nairobi in particular. So you want to say Nairobi. And the people you want to serve the people of Nairobi or Nairobi and its environs. That would include Kiambu, probably Machakos. So to the right of your screen, you can then also be able to see the estimated potential audience size in your target location. The next step is really critical. So setting up the keyword themes. Think of this as the potential searches that will trigger your ad. So our recommendation is to have at least 10 to 20 20 start, and to also utilize the suggestions that are highlighted in the bottom. Use a mix. I mean, your brand name variations, your brand name and broader themes. A top tip here is also to make sure your keywords are broad enough. Put yourself in the customer's shoes. What actually you search for? How do I search for? How do I search for it when I'm looking for something? And then in this example, we've used an example of a website building company. So we've used some broader terms like creating a website or a web design, how to make a web, for example, and those broader names. Those are some of the broader search words that you can actually be able to use or capitalize on. So the next step is creating your actual ad copy. So think about it in this way. Your potential new customers has searched for your product or service, and your ad has popped up. Now you need to convince your customer that you are the right business to actually click. And then remember, this is your opportunity to highlight what exactly makes your business unique. So headlines are seen in the auto-generated preview on the right, and the big blue words. So essentially, when you have your brand name and maybe one or two offerings, then like here we have a character limit of 30 per headline. So we have also descriptions and what you need to see below the headlines, and allow you to elaborate on what you've started on your, like giving an elaborate description on what your ad is all about. I think that is the most important thing, and that is what you can be able to do. Give a smaller description on what your ad is all about, so that we as the potential clients can be able to relate. As simple as that. So importantly, set your daily budget. Setting a daily budget. How much, for how long would you want to run the ad, and for how much would you want to run the ad? That is what we call there the time bound and specific amount of money that you have. What is your budget? For what period of time would you want to run the ad? Those are some of the critical things that you don't need to forget as a business person. So if you have like $50 is equivalent to around 5,000 shillings. It depends on the dollar rates. Maybe it would be a little bit less, like 499, or 5,000 plus. Yes. So that would go for like 2 weeks. It all depends. And like I said, it will all depends on the customers clicking on it or the impression. So if there are a lot of clicks, then the money will be depleted as fast. If there are very little click on it, then it might be able to take 2.5 weeks, etc. So those are some of the budgetary allocations you'll also be able to see. So you as a business owner knows too well, I want to run an ad for 2 weeks or 1 week or 1 month. And what will that depend on? The budget, the amount of money that you have that you also want to put into to use. So importantly, like I said, set daily budget, select a daily budget that makes sense for your business. Remember, you only pay for ad clicks or calls like to your business for every time someone just sees your ad. Also, a key thing here is that it's not like you are committing an investment into a black hole. You'll always be able to come back and measure what exactly your money did for the business. So don't always think that when you put your money here, then it will disappear, or you are actually dumping it into a black hole. At some point, you will be able to come back and measure what exactly your money did for you and for the business. And again, you'll also be able to be able to translate analytics that you are being sent for and make key business decisions on what next steps you'd want to do in regards to success of the business and way forward. Those are some of the critical things you as the business owner should be able to put into practice or to always remember. The next step is to overview the next step is an overview into the settings you've just chosen. So you'll be able to see the estimated performance of your ads. And then also note, if available on the same page, add your phone number and link Google My Business, as these are tracked and verified. Calls and map events. So lastly, add your payment information, and then your ad will be live and you're good to go. Congratulations. So that is how it is done. That is just how it is done. As simple as simple. Oh yes. How to teach you English, Anabula Samuel. So Samuel, thank you very much. We now know your name, Anabula Samuel. You are most welcome. Most welcome. Keep it here. So the last bit, and finally, to make sure you really get a head start, we have made some around 300 Google coupon code available for you. Essentially, the Google will match your spend to around no, not 900 but 300, 300, that is no 200. It's around $200 in the first month of your running ads, and there's an additional of 400 ads that is equivalent to 43,000 shillings. So if you are running ads with us, then you can be able to contact me about this, and then I'll be able to explain for you further. Or you can be able to contact Gabriel, and he'll also be able to help you out with that. Question? Anyone with a question? Question? Any question? Do you have a question? Okay. Now, if there's no question, um, I'll continue. So, what are your next steps? So, this is the last steps, and then Gabriel, kindly share with us the link, and we'll be able to check out the link and probably learn more about that. So, if not, thank you very much for tuning in, and we look forward to another session, another day, a different topic, and kindly come in good time so that we can start early and finish early. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And I wish you all the very best. All the very best. Thank you very much.